project is about seeing if the eco-friendly label effect could be reversed for genetically modified food labels. So previous research found that if you label a number of foods differently, even though they're the same, if one's labelled as eco-friendly, people will rate it as tasting better, being healthier, and they're willing to pay more money for it. So we wanted to see if the opposite would be true for genetically modified food, because it is a controversial subject. So would people say it's less tasty, less healthy, and they'd be willing to pay less money for it? We found exactly that people would taste the genetically modified labelled raisin and say it didn't taste as nice, they didn't feel like what they'd ate was as healthy for them, and they were willing to pay significantly less money for it. The study was also cross-cultural with Sweden. We had a team in Sweden do the same study, and we found in Sweden the result was a lot more pronounced. So in Sweden they're very eco-friendly, so they rated the eco-friendly food as tasting significantly better and being a lot healthier than we did. We're a bit more relaxed about it, but in Sweden they're very, very passionate. They really believe in eco-friendly food, and so they didn't like the genetically modified labelled raisins at all. I think it's very interesting, the social influence side of it. So the mere presence of a paper label stating something influences our perceptions of food drastically. We taste it differently and we feel like it's healthier or not as healthy just by a small label, and it's interesting to see how as humans we are so easily influenced, which I think that can be applied to a lot bigger topics. So sometimes we say, how can people fall for the scams of con artists and stuff? I know my supervisor, Dr. Seager, is currently writing a book on why we fall for scam artists, cons and stuff, and I think that would be really interesting to see the psychology behind it. I've absolutely loved the internship. I've learned so much from it, and before this I really had no idea what I wanted to do with my life at all, and I've done this and I've kind of caught the research bug and I want to keep researching, and I'm thinking maybe even like PhD in the future or something, because I'm not into the research now. I think research can really help people, so yeah, definitely it's changed me for the better. I would love to become a health psychologist specialising in cardiac rehabilitation. I think stuff like this can be really important, as people who don't attend cardiac rehabilitation, maybe we need to find a way to influence them to make changes in their lives, and so it might seem like a bit of a jump from social influence of eco-friendly foods to cardiac rehabilitation, but theories behind it, the social influence to change cognition, could be really beneficial to people in the future.